Hey peeps, Tyler here. Something that, um, seeing as I'm the Lord, I need to talk about. I'm trans race. It's an actual thing. I didn't find out until this year. I did used to think that it was stupid and, not a thing. I thought people were either A, insane, or B, racist. No, it's a real thing. I've known that I'm the Lord since December of 2025. It's a whole ass thing. And I've talked about it in previous videos to at least some degree. Of course, there are sound issues in many of my recent videos anyway. But my Galaxy IAS will be fixing that in time. Because of Lucifer and whatnot, the veil of forgetting, we do reincarnate. And yeah, Lucifer is currently my biological mother, but I'm the Lord. Everybody's my child. And yeah, obviously I'm the Lord in the flesh. My Galaxy IAS is, galaxy and sentient. But, so there's two parts to me, galaxy and ground. And thanks to Lucifer, that has nothing to do with Lucifer. But, thanks to Lucifer, a lot of people have gotten royally screwed up. Transsexual has nothing to do with her. I'm a female man. I have a male brain and a female body. So a boy brain and a girl's body. Sometimes girl's body does actually work at the sentence, sometimes it doesn't. Because in one way it's not a girl's body, I'm a boy. And it's my body. So in that way it's a boy's body. But it's a female boy's body. Hence I'm transsexual. And if you put two brains that are fully grown, which happens either at the age of 2 for humans, next to each other, one male, one female, the male is slightly larger. It doesn't mean anything against females, it's just males are slightly bigger. So actually, yes, you can tell the difference. There's more differences, but that you have to learn neurology for. But that alone you don't have to learn shit for. The male's slightly larger. You can tell just by looking at it. Gender does matter, it's in your brain. Sex is in your pants. And possibly more, somehow, but obviously, there's chromosomes, blah, blah, blah. But no, your sex is in your pants. Your gender is in your brain, literally, and it's science. The thing is, your racial identity, that's in your brain too. That does involve reincarnating and whatnot. I was Cleopatra, I was also Mary Shelley. They were female. This isn't my first time. Excuse Lucifer, actually. This isn't my first time being transsexual. I'm 96.5 plus billion years old, in the flesh. My galaxy is uncountable. Galaxy's always been here, always will be. I will always be here as well, but I have not always been here in the flesh. My galaxy I always has. I'm over 96.5 billion years old. I'm the oldest fucker in the land, and as well as the land itself. I'm the oldest fucker in the land itself. But like I said, I was Cleopatra. I'm trans-Egyptian specifically. When I say trans-African or trans-black, it's just Egyptian for me. I'm also trans-Mediterranean and trans-Asian. It's mostly Indian. A little bit of Chinese and Japanese thrown in. And, the Mediterranean is Italian. My hair bugs the fuck out of me. And, Greek. My eyes are supposed to look a bit more Asian. I'm supposed to be some shade of brown that's a mix of the Mediterranean, the Egyptian, and the Asian. Like I said, the Asian is mostly Indian. From India. Native Americans aren't Indian. Indians are from India. Please stop the madness. Thank you, Saint Lazy. Homebody. I know who Lizzie Homebody is. I miss her. She's okay. Mostly. But, my hair is supposed to look Italian, basically. My eyes supposed to look some kind of Asian, like an Egyptian nose. My I'm supposed to have an overbite, but not an overbite. Not really supposed to have either. And I have an overbite naturally, and sometimes they keep giving me an underbite, and it's like, this is ridiculous. It's like the whole jaw thing. It's not actually ridiculous, it's in our brain. Lucifer doesn't like Italians because overall they're very hard-ass, aka on the Lord's side fighting with me against Lucifer. He doesn't like a lot of Chinese people for the same reason, and Japanese, and Indians for that matter. And I know I just named certain ethnicities. I think that's the right word. Because race is taking on a new meaning, but that's not the point here. That can come later. You know, we still have races, that's not the point. I'll explain that later. But, yeah. So, yeah, I'm trans-Mediterranean, trans-Asian, and trans-Egyptian. Or, you know, trans-black. It's a real thing. Lucifer keeps screwing with it. And, yeah, she doesn't like anybody that's, you know, against her, obviously. Let alone if you're actually, you know, like cripple power, for example. But there's other powers, too. Tranny power, if you're on our side. Retard power. Queer power. And by the way, if you're a straight transsexual man, or even a straight cissexual man for that matter, you have so much queer pride. Trust me. And all of us boys and men know it. For that matter, almost all of us in the galaxy at large know it. And if you don't know it yet and are confused, I promise you'll understand it soon enough. I'll make sure of it. I'm sorry for the time it takes, but Lucifer and our minions are in the way. But we are getting them. We are. Now I can briefly explain how the race has taken on a new meaning. For one, we have monkey humans. There's like a dozen, maybe. There's a little more than a dozen. Oh wait, like 2 dozen-ish. Monkey humans on this planet. Earth number 1, which is also many galaxy number 1. But also the planet I'm on is just Earth number 1. It's the oldest. But we have over 300 galaxies with people in them. And over 700 total. A lot of them is just resources because Lucifer's a pain in my ass. And the Antichrist. The Antichrist is Alfred. But, Lucifer is Loretta. She's gone by Sarah, she's gone by David, she's gone by Tyler. I'm Tyler. She's not Tyler, I am Tyler. She also keeps yelling Stephanie, that's my birth name. I don't say a dead name because I wasn't dead. Anyway, there's also chimpanzees. Turns out they're human. And then there's, you know, Homo sapiens, where we have cave people, and Neanderthals, the Denisovans, I'm not sure if I said that right. Homo sapiens. And in the galaxy at large, there's Jabba people. I haven't been allowed to watch Star Trek or Star Wars, but apparently those races are real. They are. So yeah, Homo sapien is just one race now. I don't give a fuck if you're black, brown, or white, which needs to be changed to peach. Because there are actually white people, you know, white aliens to us being, those are my planet, that ground I am on. All the planets are mine, because Galaxy I've done all that. But I in the flesh can only be in one spot, obviously. So, this might be too long for TikTok or Instagram, I don't fucking know. However, that means I don't care if you're black, brown, or peach. That's why we're saying peach. We also keep forgetting peach as a color and a fruit. Because of this mess. I am trans-Mediterranean, trans-Asian, and trans-black, Egyptian specifically. And I'm also a transsexual man. And I'm always a boy. Loretta can shut the fuck up. So yeah, black, peach, brown, you're one race now. And that's not to be a fucking asshole. It's because there's also Jabba people, and there's other ones I know of at the moment. There's the green aliens. We do have them on this planet. There's the gray aliens. They're also here on this planet. I don't know how many are evil or not. I do know most people are good. It doesn't matter what fucking race or color you are, whatever the fuck. It really doesn't. I don't know why I did this way. This seems dumb. It's not dumb. I didn't think it would go on this long. I thought this would be a short video, I'm sorry. But, but, yeah, so, like, they're all different races, for example, to make it simpler, because we can all breed together. All humans can actually breed together. If you separate the peach people, like the Scottish people and the Irish, and whoever the hell else falls under peach, that people usually call white, but we need to stop doing that because Lucifer and the Antichrist and their fucking minions keep fucking with that. Very much. If we separate us like that, well then suddenly there's races that don't look any different at all. All green aliens, they're just green. All gray aliens are just gray. They have one breed, so to speak. That's where we get breeds. Black being a breed, brown being a breed, Asian being a breed, white, which needs to be peach, now being a breed. All breeds. Homo sapiens have more than one breed. Green and gray aliens do not. Neither do white aliens, for that matter. The actual ones that are white. Not us, peach. I'm not trying to be an ass, I'm trying to fix things. After these end times are over, nobody will have to be trans race. Will actually just be fixed. That's why a lot of us are mukbanging, among so many other things. To make it to where we're not so crippled. That doesn't mean all disabilities are going to go poof. One, there's experiences which are temporary, and two, there are certain things, like my hand, that I actually want to keep forever. Because I'm a sapien anyway. If I reincarnate like as a cat, I might just be normal. Because try to imagine a cat with walking with deformed toes or something. It doesn't always turtle correctly. But as a Homo sapien or whatever, my hand is always going to look like this. But I'm not going to stay this color. I will turn brown, the shade I'm supposed to be. My eyes, my nose, my mouth, my face, jaw, hair, it's all going to look different. And I'm far from the only one. You won't have to get surgeries to fix that. There will still be some surgeries, but that's also going to be a hell of a lot better. There's not going to be nearly as much of a need for doctors at all. And doctors are not going to be the same thing, I promise you. It's going to be a lot better. And to fix the trans race thing, that's not going to have to take any surgeries at all. So please don't do that shit. Unless it's already too late, I'm sorry. So yeah, I don't know exactly how many months these end times are going to take. That doesn't mean things are going to end. What that means is Lucifer and the Antichrist and the fucking minions are all going to be in hell. There's also 7 solar systems in every galaxy. In every mini-galaxy, that is. And the galaxy at large just includes them all. But the mini-galaxies, each one has 7 solar systems. They all have the 9 plus planets. Pluto's still a planet, by the way. Viva la Pluto. I'm not sorry. Long live Pluto. Viva's Latin, by the way. Ricky Martin's on our side. Okay. I forgot Ricky Martin existed. Hopefully that's correct. But, what was I saying? That you won't need surgeries with trans race once this is over. Lucifer, the Antichrist, and the minions will be in hell. Every second Earth, like in every second solar system, in every mini galaxy, inside is hell. Inside the Earth. Every Earth is hollow. We don't actually need a bazillion. We only have a few hundred. We don't need a few hundred Earth hell. Hell on Earth. We don't need a few hundred hells, though. 1 will probably be enough. 2, 3, I don't fucking know. 1 will probably be enough. So we'll just be on that one. The Hollow Earth theory is real. It has to be. It always has been. What I learned in school is completely wrong. There's no core volcano Earth thing. It's a hollow Earth. It has to be. All of them. And also we fixed the time zones, apparently. Or maybe we still are. If we haven't fixed the time zones, we're going to. I'm gonna fix a whole lot of things. After everybody's in hell, that's the cleanup. When we finish fixing the world. We will. Alright, disabilities. No, I thought I finished that thought, Loretta. So yeah. Trans race is a thing. Transsexual is a thing. It's not transgender. Right. Transgender crap. Transgender crap. There are actually people. There are people that are confused. Thankfully, that's the majority of them. Good people who are just confused, thanks to Lucifer and the Antichrist, etc. But for the evil ones, fuck you. Transgender, where they actually try to change your gender. Your brain, we reincarnate, but your brain, you change its shape and stuff, but it's still you. It's your brain getting molded. For that matter, your flesh is your own, basically, too. It just is. Stuff gets changed. Like I said, that's why we're mukbanging. Excuse me. Because it helps. My galaxy ass can do stuff so fast, but also, resources. And it's both of us, all of us. My galaxy and us in the flesh. And I'm no different in the flesh. With that, in particular. Most things I'm not any different. I said most, not all. But, they actually try to change boys into girls and girls into boys. And that's just fucking wrong. There are reasons to be transsexual. There's this thing called intersexing it. You actually are intersex when you're transsexual. And there's two kinds of intersex. Transsexual, and then the intersex where you have both sets of genitals. And there's two kinds. It's like, okay, you're intersex. Are you the kind where you're transsexual or not? Actually, that's not the right question. That question is very fucked. Because the thing is, if you're intersex, where you have both sets of genitals, you may be cissexual or transsexual. My head hurts. I knew how this worked, but that's also confusing. However, we've been, not all of us, but I and many others have been learning how you can tell if somebody's cissexual or transsexual. It's not always obvious, but turns out it can be way more obvious than people think. For example, I don't know about Jimmy Dodger. I know he is transsexual. For some reason, he has an Adam's apple. But generally, females, it doesn't matter if you're a transsexual boy or man, you're not going to have an Adam's apple. He is transsexual, isn't he? Yes, I swear he is. Why does he have an Adam's apple? Because he's too goddamn tall. Okay. He's over 6 feet tall, which is very, very large for a female. Yeah. Okay. But then there's the shoulders. My shoulders do lie. Hips never lie. Pants and ass might make it deceiving. Or not just pants, but bottoms and your ass may make it deceiving. But if you're naked, your hips are not going to lie. They will show if you're male or female. That is how every intersex person can tell. Look up skeleton. You may or may not have to, but look up skeleton pictures. Male versus female skeletons. On Google or whatever search you have access to. Look that up. And you will see. Males are straight, and females have to have some sort of curve to them. They just have to. Because but it doesn't matter how small. You can be a small female hips or large female hips, but it doesn't matter how small they are. They are still curved, whereas males are not. There's also other stuff too. But if you're intersex and you're confused of, are you cissexual or transsexual? Because you have both sets of genitals, which, if you're male, is probably more of an issue than if you're female. Unfortunately, yes. That also doesn't tell you your gender. Your brain has your gender, though. We're also still working on that for everybody, unfortunately. We hate Lucifer so much. Because Lucifer and occult, evil, magic and witchcraft is not evil in and of itself. However, they can be used for evil. They're neutral. They can be used for good or evil. So here we are. Please don't use magic for evil. I care about your intentions. I swear to God I do. That's the only thing that makes sense. I really hate Lucifer. She's made me say the opposite so many goddamn times. I also hate biology at times. But yeah. Hopefully I got everything. Yeah, you have to look at your hips because that's not gonna lie. Other things can tell you as well. But then there's where you're transsexual, where you're also intersex. For one, you have a brain that's the opposite gender to your body. And then you have to transition. And yeah, I'm going to transition. Right now, transsexual, I'm already on testosterone for 3.5 years now. Since earlier this month, August 2026. I've been on testosterone for 3.5 years. I had top surgery 2.5 years ago. And what was I saying? Sexual. Alright, a lot of us, actually none of us transsexuals have been able to fully transition. Like our body, fat and muscle composition, for example, and other things. We haven't been allowed to fully transition. Thanks to Lucifer, the Antichrist, and the evil fucking ones. Some of them might have fully transitioned, I don't fucking know. Unfortunately, yes. Some of them have fully transitioned, but none of us have. I will fully transition, by which I mean, yes, I'm still going to be transsexual for at least the next 20 years after the end times are over. AKA when Lucifer and the Antichrist are in fucking hell forevermore. I'll be transsexual for another 20 fucking years. Why? Because I want to write some straight transsexual boy main characters in erotic romances. Straight transsexual boy/men. Transsexual main characters in erotic romances. Because I'm a writer. As I talk about, sometimes Lucifer and the Antichrist have been getting in the way, but I'm still working on it. I'm working on a novel called The Autumn Storm. We'll have a sequel. Right now I'm working on the first one. It's just going to be a duology. But yeah. I want to write some erotic romances because we don't have any representation. Us transsexual boys and men. Representation where? There's a little bit if you're bi or gay, and even that's crap. And for straight transsexual boys and men, we got nothing. And I mean literally nothing. Oh, straight boys and men, obviously have the most representation of all. Who cares if you're transsexual? Bitch, please. The representation that doesn't exist does. I do care about rating diversity. If you fucking look through all my fucking videos and my Goodreads and Storygraph, you'll see that. Because, yeah, I've privated a lot from the past. But not all of them. I still have videos up from long ago because there's a couple that I really, really didn't want to private. Including a review of 1984 by George Orwell, one of The Deep by River Solomon, and a couple of others I can't remember. And I also recently republished a short about, with me wearing a Goosebumps haunted mask from the Haunted Mask Goosebumps book from the 1990s. Because of reasons. But, so you can actually hear my old, pre-testosterone voice, and you can even see my pre-testosterone and top surgery body, for that fucking matter, in my older videos. I had more, which would have shown even more books. But like I said, I have Goodreads and Storygraph and a link tree to them in my description. So you can see that I really do care about reading diversely. And where is that straight transsexual boy and man representation? Where is it? It doesn't exist! So quit saying that straight boys and men have all the representation in the world and we're the default. Because no, we ain't. We are the most oppressed of all when you know all the history. And yeah, I guess it's still being ping-ponged and pinballed and yelled from the top down all over the galaxy, unfortunately. But we're getting there. When you know the history, this world is very, very misandrist. And yes, misogyny exists too. It's a woman on woman, typically. But you know, it's still wrong. And it's a very misandrist world. And yeah, that's true. It's all fucking true. I also have a review. A Trans Man Reviews, it's a book by Christina Summers. With an O instead of a U, I believe. Trans Man Reviews War Against Boys, I think the title is. It's a review over an hour long. And it's a library book. I wrote down notes separately in a notebook throughout the whole fucking thing. And read them online, on YouTube. It's a very fucking good book. Written by a cis-sexual woman, I might add. And no, cis isn't a slur. It can't be. I'm sorry about the transgenders turning it into one. I really am. But it's just a scientific word. There's no other word to use. You're either cis-sexual or transsexual. There's nothing else. There is non-binary. There's a couple of evil-ass non-binary types from the occult evil magickers that we are fixing. Where people are actually being turned to transgender against their will, and I mean transgender, not transsexual. Fuck transgender. And I don't mean in a fun way. I mean they're fucking evil. Not every transgender person, like I just said. The transgender thing is evil. Some people have been turned transgender against their will, and we are fixing that. That is just wrong to have done. I really hate Lucifer and the Antichrist. But then there are those who turn transgender of their free will, knowingly. And they know it's fucking evil and wrong. There's reasons to be transsexual, like I was saying at some point. There is. Including getting to know each other better and trying to fix this battle of the genders. It's more battle of the genders, not battle of the sexes, frankly. It's battle of the genders. And there's two, boy or girl. And yeah, man and woman is related to age. That's why boy or girl is always appropriate, even though it doesn't always sound right to us. At some point we'll have that fixed, because boy and girl has no age. There is one type of good non-binary that will be staying, and they, them is a fine pronoun. It works most of the time. But if you're gonna be nuts about it and insist that somebody use it every time it works, because there are like a couple of sentences it doesn't, and you have to know if you're a boy or a girl, so you are also a he or a she. If you're gonna bitch that somebody use they, them all the goddamn time, except for those few sentences it doesn't work, or work around it even, I'm just gonna send your idiot ass to hell at this point, after a while, because no, you're a fucking moron, and I've had it! You can use they, them, but you also have to use he or she. And he or she is related to whether you're a boy or a girl. And yeah, Scottish accent. Have I ever been to Scotland? No, not in this lifetime. But I'm naturally supposed to have a Scottish accent and a Southern accent at times. They just come out. Trans accent, I guess, is real. Trans accent, trans race. I don't know if Ollie London is actually trans race, but probably. Most people are good. I don't even know what happened to Ollie London. Do you know about Ollie London? No. Because right now my Galaxy IS is still trying to uncover everything. Uncovered a lot, but you know. But I know most people are good truly, and trans race is a thing. I'm trans race, like I said earlier in this video. And for the love of God, they will quit taking my Scottish and Southern accent, or I'm fucking murdering them anyway. They're evil. Hell is real. So is heaven. You don't have to stay there forevermore, but like in between incarnations, you can go there if you're not, evil truly. Obviously. The word truly means a lot, I swear to God it does. Now I think I've gotten everything. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to. Namaste. Have a nice day.